Let me just say this. It is never too early to start saving for college, especially when there are many ways to do so. And today we're talking about ways that teens can start their saving.
Here to share their top tips are Executive Director of Sensibility, Roy Paul, and co-founder of Holyverse NFTs, Sam Alfara. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So mine's the oldest is 11. Should he start saving now? Should I get him to start saving now?
I have to tell you, I'm a little jealous I didn't get any wine.
Oh,
right?
okay. We'll get this out.
So the pro tip is don't go to college, right?
Okay.
I'm joking.
I know.
Well, you save a lot of money if you don't.
But yes, you should always save. But I think, the best thing you can do is really get kids to start talking about college in general and wanting to go and aspiring to achieve a certain industry, right? Because a lot of people just don't know. And they go to college and they still don't know, right?
Right.
And so getting them into the habit of talking about it is really a great thing.
Now, Sam, you're recently, just a few years removed from college?
Yeah, actually just a couple months.
Oh, a couple
Yeah,
months removed,
so
okay.
Recent
All right.
graduate.
Yeah, okay, so did you graduate with or without college debt?
So without. So I went to community college for 2 years.
Okay.
That was a load off. It helped me out a lot. And then I went to a really nice community college, Saddleback College, and then went to Cal State Fullerton as I transferred over. And COVID kind of helped me a little bit too, ironically enough. I didn't have to pay for parking, didn't have to pay for any in-house.
And
it was
all those
online.
things add up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, and you forget about it, especially books and whatnot. And luckily, we have the digital age where you can kind of save a lot of money on all that.
In terms of parents, okay, so we started saving for our kids pretty early. Is there more you can do than just setting up the accounts as we go along this journey for them getting into the teendom years?
Yeah, I think, I get this question a lot from parents because I think depending on the college your kid end up going to, not every parent can afford to pay for whatever the tuition is, right? Some of it is like $40,000, $50,000 a year. You just won't be able to save enough, right? Because you don't make enough. And I always say to them, try to think about what you can do, right? So maybe it's, I can only give you a $200 a month stipend. Maybe I'll take care of your cell phone bill, right? Try to think about what you can do, and it's not an all-sum game, right? If you can't pay for the entirety of the tuition, that doesn't mean you can't do anything.
All right, so we hear now that there's more talk of forgiving student loan debt. How does that look, and does it benefit only a select few or the masses?
Yeah, so it's very political at this moment, right? I can't remember, I'm not ancient, but I can't remember another president being pressured to forgive student loan debt like President Biden is. But I think what we've seen so far is the forgiveness that's tied to a lot of the inaccuracies that have gone out through the education department. They've made clerical mistakes. People didn't know what loan they were signing up for, and so they just forgave, those people who were included. But I think you run into a slippery slope when you start talking about forgiving debt for people who took out the loans willingly, because then there are a lot of people who've spent decades, paying off student debt, federal student debt, and they're not getting any kind of forgiveness, right? So how do you make them happy while also making people who are saddled with debt happy too?
So in the NFT space, is there a way to save for college via NFTs? Like, how is that going to play out?
Yeah, so not so much NFTs, but more so cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
There's actually lots of programs right now in what's known as protocols, where you can actually invest into like a 529 savings plan, but at a much higher APY and at a much shorter time span as well. And because the currency is decentralized, you don't have to worry about having to forgive or take a loan off of it. A lot of the currency right now is being in circulation and already being used. And the returns are a lot more egregious, I'd say. Yeah.
Egregious?
Yeah. Well, more so like open to the individual to actually taking it out.
Okay.
Because right now it's super volatile in the markets. Everything are kind of going down, but over the long term, it's actually very nice returns.
Okay, that's all I can say. You guys have got my head spinning. So, of course, there's more information to be had out there. So we can check out your website and your social media handles to find out what we should. And I imagine a lot of people probably have the same questions, and you probably have answered them at some point or another on your social media handles, so they can get that information that they're looking for. In this NFT space, I tell you,
Still, right.
A lot is changing with it.
Thanks,
Sam,
guys.
Roy, thank you so much.